Hello everybody, thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the United States during September. In this video we're going to attempt to come to a forecast for the United States in September using the charts from the Beijing Climate Center. Now, via the Beijing Climate Center on my links page, just click on the links tab at the top of this page. You'll go through to the links page and you'll see the link for the Beijing Climate Center. You'll be able to check out all of these charts for yourself. So I just want to explain quickly, get rid of my face there, just want to explain quickly what these charts are doing, what the Beijing Climate Center is doing with this month ahead forecast. It's breaking down the period into 10-day periods. So this first chart that we're looking at here is the 500 millibar height anomaly chart for the first 10 days of September. Here's the date up here, the 1st to the 10th of September. This is the 500 millibar height prediction for the entire globe for the first 10 days of September. And obviously what we're specifically focusing on here is this area here around the United States. What we're seeing here is that we've got a signal for slightly below average heights across this eastern part of the United States, in some central areas as well. But really the signal actually for much of the United States through the first 10 days of September is near normal, much drier than normal up to the northwest. Would be much drier than normal because we've got an above average height anomaly signal here in the northwest indicating high pressure and extending down this western Pacific coast as well. But really much of the states actually seeing height anomalies being forecast for the first 10 days of September to be very much near normal. And that continues into the second 10-day period. So the second 10-day period is for the 11th to the 20th of September, so it's taking us through the middle of the month. And we're seeing above average heights again predicted here up to the northwest of the states. Really for the bulk of the United States, those heights are forecast to be very much near normal. Going through to the final 10-day period, the 21st to the 30th, we see a signal for below average heights perhaps coming in here around the Pacific coast of the United States, the western Pacific coast. Conversely, maybe a signal for above average heights getting going up to the northeast around the Great Lakes perhaps, and extending in some of these eastern states. But again, for these central and southern states, the height anomaly is near normal for the final 10-day period of September. So having looked at the temperature anomaly for the first 10 days, we see that many of these central and southern parts of the United States forecast have above average temperatures, a warmer than average first 10 days of September, cooler than average up to the north and around the northwest and down this western coast, and also warmer than average on this eastern side as well. So the bulk of the states probably actually quite warm for the first 10 days of September. But notice how this flips around as we go into the second 10-day period. So again, this is the 11th to the 20th mid-month period. We see quite cooler temperature anomalies here for many central and eastern and southern parts of the United States, and extending back into some of these northwestern areas as well. The warmth really restricted to this Pacific coast, this western coast of the United States. So quite a flip around there for the second 10-day period from the 11th to the 20th. A cool looking United States for many states there for the second 10-day period. But then as we go into the third 10-day period, the 21st to the 30th, we see the warmth coming back here across much of the United States. Temperatures lifting up above average, and the cooler weather then is on this Pacific coast, right on the coast here of the Pacific western coast. It's a bit cooler there, but much of the state's going above normal for the final 10-day period, the 21st to the 30th. So this is indicating quite a topsy-turvy month, really. Warm, then cool, and then warm. Quite topsy-turvy sort of month indeed. Precipitation anomalies for the first 10 days of September, the 1st to the 10th. Many of these central and eastern areas above average precipitation, quite a wet first 10 days to the month. On this western side it's drier, and up in the northwest as well, drier than average signal indicated there. But for central and eastern areas it does look like being quite a wet first 10 days. Going into the second period, so the 11th to the 20th, again, it's a topsy-turvy sort of situation with wetter than average becoming centred more towards the central and northwestern parts. Perhaps the west coast itself drier than average, but perhaps the wetter than average precipitation anomalies, above average precipitation anomalies there, more to the northwest. Many of these central and east areas where it was wet in the first 10 days actually goes quite dry in the second 10-day period. So yes, just like the temperatures, the precipitation anomalies are switching around through the course of a month as well. Then as we go through to the final 10 days of September, the 23rd to the 30th, well, much of the country is dry actually here. Just this area of above average precipitation up to this northwestern part, but even that is being swamped by below average precipitation to the south on the west coast there and to the northwest as well. And many of these central and east areas forecasts have near normal or below normal precipitation just on the eastern seaboard, perhaps a little bit wetter than average, but really the bulk of the state's forecast to be quite dry again for the final 10 days of September. So averaging it all out, this is the 500 millibar height anomaly prediction for September for the United States, the 1st to the 30th, and very much near normal here. But we've got to remember this is a topsy-turvy month, so whilst we may be seeing near normal 500 millibar heights for the month, it is a topsy-turvy sort of month with swings going on. And again, for precipitation, for temperature, I should say, temperature anomalies for the 1st to the 30th. So temperature anomalies for September, we're very much near normal here. But again, this is a topsy-turvy situation where we're swinging from one 10-day period to the next 10-day period. So whilst we average it out, and everything ends up a little bit near normal, or maybe slightly above normal for these central and southern areas, we're seeing large swings and variations going on within the month. And again, for precipitation, well, the signal here is for above average precipitation, wetter than average month up to the northeast, drier than average in the northwest. But again, we've got to keep in mind that we are seeing swings from one 10-day period to the next. So if the model is right, it's going to be a very interesting September this, with a lot of variation, swings in the pattern, going from warmer to cooler to warmer again, and then going from wetter to drier as the month goes on for many parts of the United States. So quite an interesting month indeed there for the States. I think a lot of swings going on through the course of the month. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.